Dun 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 dun. Let's go.
Hi guys. So I am back here. We're talking with Gina, Gina Maria Covenhill. Some of you may have heard of her. She has some very interesting ideas. I've covered her a couple times on my channel. She is looking at stars, badly, I might add, but thinking that they're alive. I got nothing. Let's listen to what she has to say. Yeah, stars are alive. Let's hear what she says.
Can you guess the age of this star? It is said that the shortest lived stars may live just under 1 or 2 million years total, while other stars survive for billions to trillions of years.
Trillions of years? Do you say trillions of years? That would be longer than the age of the universe. The age of the universe is roughly 14 billion years old. The age of the Earth being about 4.5 billion years old. So saying that a star can live for trillions of years, I mean, granted, it could be possible. We just haven't observed it yet because the universe isn't that old.
So that means that they're alive.
I'm sorry. That means they're alive? What does that have to do with anything about them being alive? Wow.
The stars are living.
No, they're not.
If the shortest lived stars live like just 1 or 2 million years, and the total, all the other stars could survive for billions to trillions of years. If this is so, then really, what type of being are these stars? Are they immortal?
Oh my God, Gina. They're stars. They're massive balls of gas spinning in space. They're not alive. And the fact that you think this one on your on the screen is evidence of them being alive because it doesn't look like an actual star. Maybe it looks like maybe a cell or an amoeba. I can understand how you can make that confusion, but this is what a star looks like when it's in focus. You are showing us a star that is not in focus.
Because they're alive. They are alive. And as you look at this star right here, this star has movement.
It has movement because it's out of focus. You little twit.
The star is moving. It's one among millions of
billions, more like it. I don't know what the estimated number of stars are in the universe, but I'm sure it's in the billions range, not millions.
Of stars that are in the sky. That's a lot. It really is. Millions upon millions, probably billions of stars out there that we can't even see.
Right, because they're too far away. The star that you have focused in, or you're trying to focus in on your camera, the light that it emits, we only see the light that it emits after it reaches us, right? So it could take literally billions, millions, if not billions of years for the light of stars to reach us. That particular star you're looking at may not even exist anymore.
It's like their number is incalculable. And yet I find it interesting how they have come to the conclusion that they can live for millions to billions or even trillions of years.
And I'm going to put their calculations or what the reasoning is, how scientists determine an age of a star, right here. Okay, so I did some research, and unfortunately, scientists cannot prove the age of individual stars, but they can prove the age of star clusters, or approximate the age of star clusters. I will put a link to the article I found in the description.
How did they come to that conclusion? And have they met one of these stars? Have they?
I'm sorry. Met one of the stars? Are you talking about stars like movie stars? Because that's cool. You want to meet a movie star? That's pretty cool. But the only star that we could meet would be the sun, because it's the closest one to us. So no, nobody has gone out and shook hands with a star.
And yeah, I would like you to, ask yourself this: how can they calculate the life of a star? And even to, go as far as to say that they live a certain amount of years, then that is more or less saying that they are living.
No, it's not, Gina. We use the term for in regards to stars of either, or most commonly we refer to the death of a star or the birth of a star. There are stellar nurseries in the universe where stars are actually created. We have seen this. We have documented stars appearing in these stellar nurseries. So stars are being created, they're being born, and we have seen the evidence of stars dying. Is born or that a star dies is not the same as saying that it's alive. Okay? Very, very different. It is not the same thing. Stars are not alive.
Just like a tree, just like an animal.
No, Gina. They are not alive like a tree or an animal.
Just like humans.
No. Although there is a theory, there's an argument that you can say that humans are made up of star material. Stardust, I think, is the cute way or the romantic way to look at it. That we're all made of stardust. That, of course, goes back to the Big Bang, which, of course, is not really a Big Bang. It was not an explosion that created our universe. The Big Bang is simply the point in time where physics breaks down. We don't know what happened before the Big Bang, but we know what happened after. So we mark that the beginning of our knowledge of the universe as the Big Bang. It is not the same thing as an explosion. And everything in the universe was created by the matter and energy that was expanding when this happened. So we could say that we're all made of stardust. It's a very romantic way to put it, but we are not stars.
We're all living. And so that we would be classified as a species, which we are. There are different species of trees and animals and human beings.
But stars are not alive. There are no different species of stars. There's different types of stars. I'm not an astrologer, or astronomer. I'm sorry. I have no idea what the classifications of stars are. I'm sure there are. You can look it up, but I do know that stars are not alive.
Throughout the years and ages, there's different species that have evolved. And
biological species and stars are not the same thing, Gina. Think a little bit. Use some common sense, for crying out loud.
And do these stars evolve also? Or have they always been this particular type of a species?
Stars do change. They're born, they go through several different stages during their life cycle, which I will put here, I hope. They have a life cycle. There's a beginning, a middle, and end to a star. And when it dies, it usually explodes in a supernova, or it implodes into a black hole, into a singularity. I believe those are the two ways that a star can die. Like I said, I am not an astronomer. So please do your research and look into it, but do not use this woman as research.
A very distinctive species at that, very bright, luminescent, ever-changing, and they are in the sky above and beyond.
Yes, they certainly are. But I'm sorry, Gina, your premise about stars being alive is not true. Stars are not alive. They are born and they die, but that does not mean that what happens in the middle is life. There are several things that need to occur for an organism to be classified as alive. They have to procreate, first of all. They have to, convert, or they have to react to their environment. They have to procreate, things like that. I have the definition. I'll put it up here, and it's none of that has to do with stars. Okay. So before you start making outrageous claims about, the universe and plasma portals and whether or not stars are alive, maybe you should check to see if you're right.